Welcome, welcome. I'm Dee, and this is a single mom unguided life where I try to navigate through finances, motherhood, being single, and everything in between. And I bring you guys along for the journey to hold me accountable. This is my first income breakdown of my April budget, and I will be doing some cashless envelope stuffing later on in the video. But I'm also thinking that I'm going to switch it up and look into getting some fancy smancy looking cash envelopes. I have seen a few of my favorite content creators in the budgeting community with these jazzy envelopes, and I just feel like let's change it up. So I am on the lookout for that at this present time. We're going to move everything to the side, or we're going to attempt to do so. Even with my short nails, I'm still having difficulties. Okay, so let's first start with telling you this income breakdown. Number one, today's date is 3/26/2021. So we did get us some money in, so we're going to go ahead and tell our money what to do before it tells us what to do. Let's start with the paycheck. So that was a total of $1,612.37. I will not be pulling out anything from my savings account. Rollover is set at $500. And bonus, I did receive some support, so I applied it to my April budget, and I will be allocating it throughout, or allocating to a particular category in my income breakdown. So first, let's go ahead and add up what that is. And I am using natural light. I don't even have on my inside lights, nor what is it called? I want to say a spotlight, but it's not called a spotlight. But you know, I don't even have that one right now. So I hope we don't lose anything because it looks pretty good to me. Plus, as my allergy, like I'm transitioning, I'm having a little issue with my sinus. The light's kind of bothering with me, and I'm getting these mini headaches. So the less light, the better. So the total we'll be working with is $2,412.37. What we're going to do first is, we already know that some of my expenses goes on my credit card. So I'm going to highlight them so I know when I do my calculation not to include them. The internet will go on there, streaming, life insurance, and storage. All right. There we go. And so the internet is actually due on the 29th, and it's $43.96. Rent is due on the 1st, and it's $715. The payers plan is due on the 4th, and it is $100.99, and that should be the last payment for my bankruptcy. So like I said, I'm waiting for confirmation. Streaming is due on the 8th of each month, and it's $14.93. Insurance, which is the life insurance, is due on the 9th, and it's $38.54. The credit card number 1 is usually due on the 11th, but there's no balance, so that's $0. Electric is due on the 12th, and it is $105. Storage is due on the 13th, and it's $7.46. And the water bill is due on the 14th, and it is $63. And given is miscellaneous, and that's $160 is what I allocate. And as stated in my budget breakdown, is that though my next income breakdown will be April 9th, I did, to balance everything out, some of the bills that will be due past the 9th, I decided to pay in this breakdown. So let's go ahead and add that up. And we're only adding up the items that's not highlighted, which is rent, the payers plan, electric, water, and giving. So that gives us $1,143.99. Let's talk about our envelope system. And we're going to send $25 to fund money, $60 to gas, Groceries, I'm going to bump that up to $180. And I feel like I'm going to go a little bit over because I'll be transitioning back into a different type of, I guess, eating style. I'm still trying to get everything back together and get my weight down. So what I'm doing is just exploring some options that doesn't put me back to where I was a couple years ago, where I was steadily doing something every single month and was really not enjoying it. I enjoyed the weight loss, but I didn't enjoy the process to get there. So we'll see how our grocery budget goes when we do our hauls in these upcoming weeks. For household, it's $40. Personal, we're going to send $80. It's a lot of things I need to get for myself. Restaurants is $25. Let's go ahead and add that together. Also, Papa, he mentioned he wanted him a Easter basket. He said this is going to be the last Easter basket. I just think he just wants this candy, and it's okay. I was going to get it for him anyway, but I'm going ahead and do that as well for him since it's this last one, okay? So then let's go talk about the sinking funds, and we have our car maintenance, and we know we need to go ahead and get that car maintenance back together because I did have to use a large chunk of it to fix my vehicle, and we'll talk about that in the budget review as I talk about my sinking funds and close them out. Gifts, I have one person birthday in April, so I'm going to allocate $25. Health, I'm not going to take anything from my income. Miscellaneous, we're going to go ahead and send $25 with hopes that we don't have to use that $25 to go towards groceries because we need to build this up just a little so I can stop adding to it, so it can be a buffer to my cashless envelopes, and when it's used, it will be replenished. Papa, I'm going to send $300. Property is going to send $15, and it is now the season of cutting grass of the property that I own. So I did speak with my mom to see how much she pays for the grass to be cut because it's only land, there's nothing on it. And she told me that, so I'm going to look at my sinking funds and see if I need to adjust how much I'm sending, because also in that sinking fund for my property includes the taxes. So it's winter and summer taxes, and winter taxes is usually less than summer taxes. And so I did check, and the summer taxes, they gave me the planned summer taxes at this time to estimate it. No bill has been sent out, but it kind of keeps you in mind, like it gives you this number so you'll know like when it comes, so you'll have it. So we'll see about that. We're going to still send the 15, and then we'll adjust going into a May budget. Travel, I'm not going to send anything. I have purchased some things for travel in the month of March, and you'll see that in my budget review, as well as depleted this sinking fund. So right now I'm just trying to find out where I want the travel to be funded from, and I think I'm going to pull from more so from my side income than my main income, but we'll figure that out. And nothing needs to be sent to bill carryover. So let's add that together. And so that's $465. Okay. So I hope we can see everything in here. So first we're going to start with the $2,412.37. We're going to minus the $1,143.99, and it's going to give us a remaining balance that needs to be allocated to envelope system and sinking funds of $1,268.38. Then we're going to minus the envelope system of $410. So that gives us $858.38. Then we're going to minus the $465. So that leaves us a balance of $393.38 remaining. Now we do not send anything extra to debt from our income, so we're going to put 0 there. I'm not sending anything to savings. I usually do that after my second income breakdown because all the bills have been paid as well or allocated, as well as the envelope system and sinking funds are being funded as well in So I just always wait until the end after all of that to see what I have to throw to savings. So we're not going to send anything there. So we're going to take that $393.38 and we're going to throw it here. But I also want you to note that that's not what's going to be actually in my unbudgeted checking account. So I'm going to just draw a line here. And the first thing we do is we're going to calculate the items that are highlighted. And usually I do this off camera, but I'll show you. That's $43.96, $14.93, $38.54, and $7.46. So that's $104.89. And so I have a main checking account that money is deposited in. From there, I have a secondary checking account where I send the credit card bills, or the bills that's placed on a credit card. I send that amount to that particular checking account. So when I pay the bill, it's linked to that. And I know those funds are for that particular item. And then I have a checking account that's simply for my unbudgeted. So let's minus that from the $393.38. So $288.49. That's what's actually left in my unbudgeted checking account. And then in my main checking account, the items that's not highlighted is left in there as well. It just helps me to have everything separated like that, so I don't have to go through 1,000 transactions to figure out if, one, someone was paid, two, if I overspent or I need to reallocate certain things. Like sometimes I may have one card, I use it, but it's money that's allocated for another card. So it's just easier when you have this one a checking account that's dedicated to certain things, so it's easier to find your transactions. So this is my income breakdown at this present time. And then we're going to go into doing our cashless envelope stuffing. So here we go. This is fun money. And fun money does not have anything left in it. So we're going to actually make a deposit today of $25, and that gives us $25. We have gas, and gas has a ending balance of 77 cents. I do the zero out challenge, and so I always close out this the day before. So I put here the zero out challenge, and I minus the 77, and that's zero here. And then today, I place in the deposit amount for gas, which is going to be, oh, looky here. This is not the truth. I'm going to cross that all the way out. Gas does not go to the zero out challenge. So gas has $60.77. I don't know why I almost forgot. And I chose not to do gas for the zero out challenge because the gas prices is up and down, and right now they're going up. So I don't want to pull away from this category because there's times where I can't shop around to get the cheapest gas or take advantage, because I do use Gas Buddy, which gives me 5 cents off the gallon, but sometimes they have specials where I can get up to 15%. One time I got up to 20 cents off a gallon. So when I'm not able to shop around, I don't want to be, putting less in to make sure I don't over budget in this category. So the next category is groceries, and groceries did have an ending balance. Yay! Because y'all know I've been struggling. So we're going to close out that because this definitely does go to the zero out challenge. So we're going to send that $14.90 to the zero out challenge, and then today we're going to make a deposit of the $180. And that gives us a $180 balance. Next is household. Household had a balance of $2.73. Let's close that out from yesterday. And that goes to the zero out challenge. And that's $2.73. So that's a zero. And then today we're going to make a deposit. And I put the same day. a deposit of, what's household? 40. And that leaves us with $40. The next category is personal. And as we can see, personal is at the end of. And I don't think I have extra sheets available at this time, but I'm going to go ahead and close out. And that is going to be negative 5.89. And that gives us a 0. And then what I'll do is for this category for 326, I'm just going to put in a deposit. And we're going to do a deposit of $80. And when I redo this sheet, which I shouldn't have noticed this beforehand, I'm going to just make this look pretty. So the next time you see it, it looks a lot better. So lastly is restaurants. Restaurant had a balance as well, and it's on its last as well. So I need to make additional budget sheets. So let's close this out first with the zero out challenge and send that $3.10 there. And then let's go ahead and add money to this category of $25 deposit. And that gives us $25. So that's how I break down my income. That's how I stuff my cashless envelopes. And that's what we have for the next 2 weeks. So if you're new to my channel, I would love for you to be part of my village. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. To all my returning subscribers, I thank you. And please share this with your family, your friends, and your coworkers. Peace out.